everybody. How you doing? Oh my gosh, I almost overslept. And I've been running around y'all today like crazy. Okay, y'all can hear me. That's all that matters. I know I'm late. I know it, guys. I'm sorry. Um, Let me invite some of my Discord friends. Hi, Elijah, my Elijah. How you doing? Nothing much. I'm just doing this talk show. I started off late. I really did. It's because I had a lot of running to do today. I did a lot. I was getting my car worked on and just trying to get some things taken care of before the holidays and stuff like that. You echoing? I'm echoing? Okay, hold on. Let me get that straight then. Okay. Alright, hold on. Ah. Alright, am I still echoing now? Hold on. Alright, am I still echoing now? Hold on. No, I don't sound like I'm echoing. Okay. Oh, yeah, you can go RP. It's okay. Um, I know. I was ready to. But I remembered I promised myself that I would keep up with my schedule and do my show because I missed it last Wednesday. I just did RP last Wednesday, so I promised I would keep up with my topics. And so I threw out a topic, and I don't know, maybe Elijah, maybe you can help. I don't know. Um, my topic is what was my daggone topic? That's a daggone shame. Let me go here. Oh, what does it take to get a real good man? That was my topic. That was my topic. Really, I'm not looking, but you know, I am being patient as can be. But I want some opinions. I want some fellas' opinions. I want some women opinions, and we can talk about it and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to, get some people in on this. And thank you so much for your support, Elijah. I really appreciate it. Um, you know, it's hard out here for a sister. Do the likes and the loves as much as you can. I think when you're in the chat part, it allows you to push it as many times as you want. That's how I show love to a lot of people that I've done earlier today. But I just really wanted to focus on, what what are men looking for. Now I know, like, women, they always say they're scarred and stuff like that, but men get scarred too. They get, they have emotions and feelings too, probably more so than the women because they carry a lot of weight on their shoulders. And so I wanted to just discuss that with people. um you don't feel like it? Oh, he don't feel like RP. I know. Thank you, Elijah. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to talk about, how people feel. I'm gonna share this in my Discord. Um, and see if I can get some people to chime in. I really want people's opinion on this so we can all talk about it. Because it's important in the community as a whole. I think we're all mixed up relationship wise. A lot of relationships, it's not growing mutually like back in the day, and traditions have been kind of wiped away. So I really want to know, up in this era, what men are going for. Let me get into my let me share in my Discord. And I want some opinions. I just want people to tell me what they think. Post. Okay, there you go. Alright, so I shared it in my personal Discord. I don't know about the rest. But yeah, it's important. And the reason I say it's important because, there are books out there. Steve Harvey has his book. There's a lot of books out there on their perception of how women should relate to men and how men should relate to women. But there's so many in betweens. For instance, the relationships have expanded. It's not just relationship between man and woman anymore. It's now broadened to women, women, men, men, um, men, woman, men. you know, it's broadened. So the choices are slimmer than before. And of course, it doesn't help much that, we're losing a lot of our men and women in the community. So that also, a lot of good men are dying out there, or a lot of men that had the potential to be good men are either, dead or in jail. So, how do we correct this so that we can get the foundation of a relationship to grow and last? Um, I grew up, in two different sides. Like, my granddaddy and my grandmother on my mom's side got divorced when my mom was early. She was the only child when she was young. But my grandmother and my grandfather on my dad's side stayed until, death do they part. So I've seen all types of relationships lasting, because even though my grandmother and grandfather um, divorced early on my mom's side, they stayed best friends. They stayed close friends. They lived near each other right up until they both passed away. So, and I think that's just the tradition of it all. And so, what do we do, and what should I do? Because you know I'm still single, to make sure that the communication is well enough to make the relationship last. Now, I can't necessarily see comments right now while I'm talking directly to you. So if you're in the chat, put them out there, and I will go over them later. And maybe I can get my Discord hooked up to where I can get in. Um, where y'all can add. Now, if there is a link that says ask to join the conversation, um, you can push that. You're welcome to push that, and you're welcome to join if I can see it. If I can see you in there. Okay, yeah, I'm freezing, y'all, in the videos. I don't know why. Okay, so that's really what I want to talk about tonight. My take on it is that, as far as men are concerned, men are particular, whether women are know it or not. Men are very particular. They don't actually show it, but they are particular in their criteria for what their woman or the woman that they want to be with persist of. Sometimes they peg it wrong, sometimes they peg it right. But just as much as women have their little check boxes, men have their check boxes too. And sometimes when it's too good to be true, they run. Or they say, they put up every wall there is to say, no, 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 no. Even though God could be giving you the right person right there in your face, but because you've built so many walls, in things like that, you block it, right? And one thing, I never judge a new relationship based on the past relationships. I always see the new person for the new person and who they are. And either I'm going to accept the person or I'm not. And I don't have that many check boxes, you guys. The main thing I ask for is just good communication, honesty, and that you be open, and that you really, talk to me as I would talk to you. It's just, it goes down to the simple fact of you want to be treated as you treat others. And if you get a little more, if you get just a little bit more strength from the other person to lift you up and to build you up, that's just the icing on the cake, right? Um, do y'all believe in instant love, like love at first sight? Um, some people do. Some people claim they loved me at first sight, but I'm like, whoa, you know, and I've experienced all that there is to have in a relationship. I really have, except for the marriage part. I've lived with someone for a while. They've lived with me, or and all those good feelings and stuff. What you deserve, right? But sometimes what you deserve does not always last with the giving person, even though you're giving and giving of yourself. So, um, you know, it is what it is, I guess, but I'm trying to sort out in my mind so I can be prepared, so I can be a better person for the right person if they come along, the right man if he comes along. I want to be a better person. Now, I don't know how much better I can get. Don't we all say that? But we all have some niche that we can't see from the outside looking in, because we're always inner. We are ourselves. Um, but I am very aware of myself. I can compromise to an extent. And I can compromise. That's the key. Can you compromise? Can you make just a little leeway into accepting change? change in your life. Because like when I've been single for so long, you know, I'm wondering that, can I clear my mind of that independence? I will always be independent, no doubt. My granny always told me, you never depend on nobody but yourself to get yourself through. And God. Yourself and God to get yourself through. Because you never know if something's going to happen to the other person. You never know if you just going to be alone and you got to survive. So women out there who tend to rely on the man all the time, sometimes you have to have that independence. Just a little bit of independence if you have it, because you can open the door for manipulation, abuse, and other things if you don't have a mind of your own. That's really what independence is thinking for yourself, but considering the other person. So, like, I do a lot of things on my own, guys. Like, it's really kind of bad because I really have to act a lot when I'm with a guy that's trying to impress me or date me and stuff like that. And if something's wrong with my car, he'll be like, I can fix it. And I say, okay. And I allow him to do it, but he really can't fix it because he really don't know cars. You'd be surprised about a lot of guys don't really mess with the cars like that. They just take them to the mechanics and have the mechanics do it. A lot of the guys that I've dated, they don't deal with that stuff. They either too lazy or they just don't do it. And if they try, I allow them to try until I see y'all about to break something that's going to cost me. No. So I have become one with my car. I learned that early on when I was living by myself for years. I've lived by myself, and my parents weren't here. I didn't have a man to help me like that. So I really had to learn to fix things on my own, to handle things on my own, handle my business, handle when I mean business, handle your business. Like your get your life in order. Make sure that you are taken care of as far as how your finances are running, how your income is coming in. It's hard, but you got to do it sometimes. Get organized sometimes. And sometimes, like right now, I am not organized, but I have to get in a mental state to really sit down and start organizing my stuff. But I'm very organized in the sense that I have things right where they need to be placed in an orderly manner and things like that. Um, get some type of independence. And for men that are not independent, find independence. That's what builds your strength. That's what makes you a better man for her, and to make sure that you are able to not only take care of yourself but to bring someone into your life and take care of them too. um you know i'm I'm not as traditional as far as like the Bible driven thing. Like for me, I believe that it's a 50-50 thing, that I do my part, you do your part, and we do it together and we become one. um I just don't believe in that The man has to do everything by himself and the woman sit at home barefoot and pregnant. Now, I don't mind if a man want to come and he want to take care of me and he's able to do that and has the finances and everything to do. Hey, I don't mind. But I will be doing something for myself. Okay. I'm just not gonna be barefoot. I'm definitely not gonna be pregnant because that's not happening. But I will be doing some things for myself. But I feel like in these days and time, and the way the economy is going, and the way that the world is evolving, that a couple has to support each other. They become a team. Two is better than one. I've always seen it that way, but I've always been one. One is the loneliest number that you've ever heard, and there's a song about it. And and it's hard, you guys. You don't know because I mean, most of y'all know. There's a lot of singles I'm talking to right now, but it's hard to live on one income versus a combination household. Um, it's very hard unless you're making those triple figures, which is also hard if you know if you're not accepted with your skills and what you do, or if you cannot just if you don't have that click that gets you in to those big time job markets and stuff like that, you know, you can work your way up as hard as you can, but it's about who you know and how you know how to maneuver. And so, and I've seen it. I worked in the corporate industry for a very long time. It's cutthroat, people. You can be as genuine and as hardworking and as team building as you want to be. There is always someone that doesn't like it and wants you in your place. So that's why I go for your independence. Go for your independent business. Go for your independent, your independence, and look in your own talents and see what you can build. Now, let me tell you something. Before I became independent as a business owner and stuff like that, I worked through several different industries. And the reason I did it, I went 100%, sometimes 110% in whatever position I was in. It could be from working at McDonald's, which I worked at, to Shoney's, to Food Line and up. I have worked my job 110% each position that I was in. And the reason I did that was I learned the max, whatever I could learn until that position could give me no more. I then moved up and learned more from that, and learned and learned and learned. So it doesn't matter what job you're in, if you're not there to learn the ins and outs of what's going on. Hold on one second, y'all, because I don't know if y'all can hear that noise in the background. I don't know why they deaf all of a sudden, but okay. I hope y'all can't hear all that noise in the background. But what I'm saying is, it's irritating. But what I'm saying is that, you know, in your independence, gain, always take something from the job that you're on, whether you love it or you hate it. Always take some knowledge of how the operation goes, so that when you go into another position, or when you go into something for your own, you can address it in a different manner. That's what brings independence, right? It also helps in your relationships, because in doing that, you can now communicate more with people. You can understand their positions, that they may be working. You can give them some leeway. A lot of people complain about time. Well, time isn't ours to hold on to. Time isn't ours to determine. However, a lot of people break up in relationships because they say, he or she does not give me enough time. They don't pay enough attention to me. Now, if you are needy and clingy like that, yeah, you might have some trouble, because in a relationship, each individual should be able to have that flex time for themselves, whether it be work, recreation. You should always have a flexibility, because when you're apart, you grow more together. So why not take a break sometime? Let the woman go out with her girlfriends. Let the guy go out with his child. I don't know what that is. Let the let the let the guys go out with the guys. Hang out. You have to have a trust factor. Lord, I don't know why the camera is acting up. Ooh, the static, Lord. Mm. Okay, hold on, y'all. I do not know what it. Oh Lord, I done froze. Okay, hold on. Give me a minute, y'all. Okay, I'm still here. I am still here. Oh Lord. Let me get this camera right now. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. Okay, there you go. Close. I don't know. And I'm not getting a new camera. Shoot. Every time I move it, it does that. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Alright, give me just a minute. I don't know why they got that so loud. Okay. I think we're back. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, so if you're in the chat, talk amongst each other about the topic that I'm talking about, because, I'm seeing a lot of relationships these days, and they're toxic. I mean, how do you grow from the toxic? The When you have a foundation of toxicity in a relationship, and that's the foundation you build it on, it, of course, it doesn't last, or there's a domestic dispute, or someone gets killed. Okay. And so, in order for you to have a successful relationship, you have to be confident within yourself. Be confident within yourself to flourish in a relationship. Be open minded, be confident. If there's issues, work it out in some way. If you try everything, and I mean try everything possible, like counseling, people, people like, oh, well, they don't believe in the counseling thing. Sometimes you need therapy. It's okay to get therapy. Get counseling, individual counseling, couples counseling. And I don't mean like a minister, I mean like a registered, certified therapist that can give you exercises to look deeper into what's going wrong and how not to do it again. You know, if you're not willing to do those things, then you're not willing to be in a relationship, right? That's how I see it. Because relationships are filled with ups and downs. It's how you tackle it. Are you tackling it as a team, or are you going back and forth at each other? If you competing against each other, then you don't need to be in a relationship. And I'm sure men and women don't want that in a relationship, to compete against each other all the time. They want to sometimes join together and have fun. You just want peace of mind in a relationship. Peace of mind, like I can come home and talk to you, and you talk to me, and we wipe that clean and then go on about our business and find better things to do, better things to talk about, better ways to spend time together, and build on the relationship. Now, what y'all think about age in a relationship? Because I done seen a lot of these celebrities, and it's like, I mean, they have like real deep age differences. Now, how do you feel about it? Because some of those relationships work last the longest. I mean, look at Lisa Bonet. Look at all these different relationships where there's either older man or older woman. I mean, but they click. So it's like you are not really, you don't know who the person is for you that God gives you. It could be any age, it could be, whatever, but as long as it's rooted in what God gives you, you should be happy in it. And so, I don't judge people for like older man, younger woman, whatever. But for me, I do ask. I feel like if I'm dating someone much younger than me, I feel I don't want to stifle them, meaning that I don't know. It's a blocker. It's not something that is wrong, but it's a blocker. I feel like if somebody's like 5 or 6 years younger than me, or even younger than that, even though age does not matter to them, if they are that young and they don't have kids, and they've, never had kids, never been married. Of course, I've never been married. I've never had kids, but it doesn't matter now because I'm older. But the man might want that later as he gets older. They go through midlife crises and stuff. And so I don't want to be put in a position to where, I'm going to be hurt, or that person would be hurt. What do you think about that? Do you think I should care? Do you think I shouldn't care? It's a topic I always talk about because it does concern me. Um, but like, I don't know. I know I have a youthful personality. I know I am youthful in mind, body, and spirit, but I am really, really an old soul, a very old soul. And so I don't know if they can handle that, but it's not my decision to make, right? But can I compromise on it? I don't know, because they could have an old soul too. I just don't know. I just don't know. And a lot of youth are attracted to me. A lot of younger people are attracted to me as far as conversation and, other things. And so I really do kind of minimize the things that I know when I'm talking in conversation with a younger person, because I don't want them to feel like, oh, she's babying me or she's mommying me. But everybody got to learn their life lessons on their own, right? So, but if I see you headed for disaster, I'm going to say something. I don't care what age y'all. I'm going to say something if I see you headed right down into that daggone lion's den where you going to get chopped up. I'm going to say, wait a minute. And all I can do is warn you. If you decide to go down there and get your butt chopped up, I can just say, well, I tried. I don't care. I said at your funeral, I'll be right there. I tried. I don't care. I don't care. I tried. So that's how I feel about it. I mean, that may be cold, but that's just really, I have, I have learned to get some thick skin. Now I still have my weak tendencies. I still get a little touched by people in some way. But I'm trying my best not to. And sometimes I just say whatever and I don't care if your feelings hurt, but I'm gonna say it with laughter and love. I'm just gonna tell you the truth, and people don't like the truth, do they? They don't like the truth. You know, you mention it and they go off. They go off. I want you to tell me the truth. Tell me. I don't care. I would love it so I can get this constructive criticism and think about it makes me better. It makes me better in my approach. But some people don't like the truth. So in a relationship, how does that work? Right? Because I feel like if you trying to pursue me and we trying to get in a relationship, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, for instance, if you walking and you got a split in your butt, in your pants, and I'm gonna say, I'm not gonna do it out loud. I'm gonna say, baby, you got your ass hanging out, and at least you'll appreciate that it came from me and not nobody else. I mean, I appreciate it. I appreciate the pain. And if I have a booger hanging from my nose, please feel free to pluck it off or let me know. Okay? That's what a trusting and loving relationship is. It's like you don't care. The little things don't bother you in that way. But if you get built up about every little thing, if something everyone says to you and you feel some type of way all the time, you have to look to yourself. You might have some growing to do. You will have growing to do, because if things make you angry that are petty and it makes you that angry, yeah. Yeah, I get angry, but I still laugh it off. I may be upset for the moment, but I'm not going to let it really go further than that. What I do is I counteract. I don't counteract in a violent way. I don't counteract in a negative way. What I do is remove myself and keep it moving, right? Because it's not going to change. It's just going to keep going in circles because you don't want to hear the change. You don't want to hear what is bringing you to a level of discomfort and others to a level of discomfort. You rather just keep going, doing what you do. And so therefore you keep doing what you do. But like I said, I'm not going to let you go into the lion's den by yourself and not warn you. At least I warned you, right? It is what it is. And so, if you're there, like, share, and care. I can see reactions. I think my feed has not updated since like a month ago. So I don't get the reaction thing like I used to. I think I gotta reset my whole system, my whole Streamlabs or whatever. Um, I'm not gonna be on here long because I do want to go RP a little bit as much as I can before I get back. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. So I got a little 8 to 5, but it's only until after the elections. So it's like about 2.5 months. Um, so you won't see me as often if I'm too tired. Because if I'm too tired and drained, I just won't be on, okay? I'm just going to be honest. I have not worked for 2 years now. Everything. I've been doing my own thing, my business and stuff like that on my own, you know, subcontracting for myself, you know, but this is something I like doing. I like helping out the community. It allows me to help out the community and it allows me to serve my country, serve my community in a positive way. So therefore, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And so I just won't be on as often, but I will work out a schedule. I'm getting back in the gym and stuff like that. So, but I'm not looking, you guys, at this point. I'm tired of looking for a guy. If one comes my way and comes into my life, I'm just at the point now where, I'm just being as patient as possible. I've been patient a long time, but as patient as possible. But I'm not going to pursue it. I just left it at the altar and just keep pushing. But it's a lonely world, y'all. It's lonely. I was thinking of doing a speed dating thing or something for myself. I was thinking of, because when I talk to couples and stuff like that, or married couples that's been together for a long time, you got to put yourself out there, honey. Put yourself out. But I have. I'm a very sociable person. I go to a lot of events. I do events. It's the opportunity is just not there. I've been to the Barnes and Noble, sat for a while, read, communicated with people at the Barnes and Nobles. Nothing. Dry. Dry as the desert. The Sahara Desert. Matter of fact, I think I'm in Egypt on one of them pyramids at the tip by myself. Okay? It just don't work, guys. And I'm the club life. Man, I've had my share of clubbing. I've been out to the club. The only time I go now is for special occasions, like if somebody's having a birthday or if, they just want to celebrate something, then I'll go because I love to dance and I love being the designated driver. But, but, the club thing, Lord, it gets old. I've been in the club and I've done the nightlife. I've done my share of the nightlife, okay? The club, the after club party, the after club party. I've been through all that. The house party, the after house party, and I've done all that. And now I'm at an age that that doesn't faze me. I want to do new things. I want to do other adventures. I want to travel or something. I want to get out there and, go enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the environment that God gave us, while it's still here. Because ain't no telling, because it's coming soon. Time is drawing nigh on that one. It's coming soon, so y'all just enjoy it while you can, is what I'm saying. Because, I can talk till I could talk a whole through this daggone camera to try to get people to understand that how do you break the chains? You gotta break the chains of disaster. See, the devil don't need to destroy us, 'cause we do it to ourselves. We destroy our relationships. We destroy our family dynamic ourselves. The best way now to repair it is to see what's wrong and fix it. I mean, do y'all like being in a violent relationship? You can't like that. You can't always, it causes depression. It causes a lot of havoc. You can't want to be that way. It's impossible. Lord, the camera. Y'all hold on. That camera froze up. Hold on. I'm still here. Oh, Lord Jesus. Yeah, I gotta go out and then I gotta go back in. Okay, there it goes. I don't know. I gotta hook the other camera up, I guess. But I like this camera because it's crispy clear. But the family dynamic is what I'm saying. Is like the foundations is so broken. It's like, and not only that, you put the children in the middle, and the children are damaged because you use the children against the other person and all of that stuff. That's not how it was. Back in the day, I'm trying to tell you, back in the day, you loved thy neighbor and your neighbor loved you. You watched out for each other's kids. You watched out for each other's families. Back in the day, there was no tit for tat on little petty stuff. None of that was going on. And the cussing and the fussing. Oh my goodness. The cuss meter now, the foul language meter now in any community has gone to a ratio of 100%. It was back in the day maybe at around 35, but now it's at 100%. Maybe we need to slow that down, because see, when you start cussing and fussing, those words tend to exude anger when you cussing and fussing. It just exudes anger. You may not mean it, but the way you say it, and so many people say it with conviction. I mean, they say it they say it from the chest. They cussing from the chest, and they may not be like, but it gets them hyped. It builds this hype, and then people looking at you like, yeah, 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 and then blah, 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 and then it just turns into a shit fest. How's that? I have to use the language that you would understand. And it turns into that. So maybe we should tone it down a little bit. Maybe that's where we start. Toning it down in our communication with each other. And try to talk and not shout or yell or, you know, or say it in an angry manner. Just communication in general. That's a start to a better relationship with your man, with your woman, with whatever. That's that communication, but at a low tone, like a peaceful tone. Like, honey, let's talk this out. You burnt my drawers with the iron. Now, honey, those was my good drawers, and I don't like that you burnt them. Can you go and buy me some new ones? And then he'll say, "Oh, honey, yeah, I go buy you some. I'm sorry, I didn't know that I left a hole in there." You see how easy that is? Do you see how easy it is to communicate? Oh my God. If we could talk that way to each other all the time in relationships, oh my goodness, y'all would have such a beautiful foundation. There would be less divorces and less back and forth and tip for that and all that and going through, because for the most part, most of you make the drama in your relationships, and that's why. And then y'all say at the end, y'all say, we came a long way. We've been through hell and high water, but it wasn't hell and high water that was coming at you. It was hell and high water that you created for yourselves. You understand? That's all I'm saying. Is communication. How do I get a really really good man out there? How do I get me a real good man? Somebody tell me how to go. I need a hero. I need somebody that's not afraid to take a leap of faith. I need a man that's not afraid to share their lives and me share my life with them. I need a man that can talk to you. They can they can really express themselves and say why they love me or why they care about me, because I'm always going to say it to them. I'm always going to just say that. I'm always going to make sure that I support my man and make sure that he's uplifted. That's what you do for your king. And the same should be done for your queen. Right? That's the specialness of it all. It don't matter if either one of y'all, as you grow as a couple, y'all get on your nerves sometimes. You always come back to the foundation as to why you love that person regardless of whatever little quirks they have. Right? You always go back to that. If you can always go back to that, then you have a strong foundation. What made you love that person in the first place? You know? It gotta be more than one or two things. Now, if it's just one thing, I love that person because they got a big ass. If that's what you're saying, and that's the only thing, you're going to run into some trouble. Because that person might not like you for the same reason. gotta have some deep rooted feelings. You gotta know your person. Know your person. Take time to get to know your person. It's all about, you know, learning each other, learning how you work, how you fit together, how the puzzle comes together. And then, how once you have that puzzle fitted together, you can frame it and let it last for a lifetime or whatever lifetime left we got, right? So, I came to the conclusion I may never find the right man. Because like I said, I'm not looking. But I may never get it. Then it's okay. I have come to grips with it. I've come to the reality that it may not ever happen. And I'm going to be satisfied with it because that's what God wants for me. So I have to be satisfied either way. I have to be satisfied with whatever outcome I get. I'm not in control. I'm not. I have to understand that I'm not in control of anything. It's just the truth. So I'm gonna conclude this because I think I want to do a little bit of gaming, and I'm going to say good night to you guys. Thank you for hanging in there. If you watched the whole show, Elijah, thank you for hanging in there. If you stayed and watched, I know that you want to do some RP. Go ahead and have some fun. I'll be joining you soon. And thanks for all the support for those that do, those few that do come and visit me and show love, likes, cares, and shares. I really appreciate it. I do the same for all of my streaming community that I know of. So if you ever let me know that you stream or anything like that, I always will show support in some way. You may not see me every stream, but then I'll pop in and I'll say, give you love and likes and shares and cares, okay? So, I just want y'all to have a great rest of your week. It is hump day. I chose hump day for a reason for these live talks. And because I want you to have the positive rest of your week. Some of the talks that I be having, they may not give you positivity the rest of the week. It may make you think a while about some things. And so, I'll figure out the next topic. But, on my forum, y'all can talk on, if you rewatch this, talk and chat in the chat. Feel free to still chat even though it's not live. Go on the Fun Networking group page, and if you want to put a topic in and we can discuss it there, maybe I'll stick this in the topic on the Fun Networking group page and stuff like that. But you guys, I'm going to say have a great night, and I love y'all much, and I will see you later.